Well, who would have thought that a furry wouldn't last that long? Hey guys, Jeff aka GCurse here. What you are about to watch is a react that I did earlier this morning. Uh Basically, I did a react to a video about from the one and only Time Liar G, the DSP Super Dent, who came out guns a blasting and all that. Well, I did a react to that video, but due to me having to leave to go to work, I did not have a chance to finish off the entire video itself. I didn't have a chance to do the intros or whatnot, like what you're seeing right here. So I kind of had to wait until I got home from work to be able to do the intros and all that. So if I seem like I'm a little bit more tired right now compared to in the video, that is why. It's just that I am extremely tired. I just got home and it's been almost 12 hours. So yeah, so I'm a little bit exhausted. So, but anyway, on to the main show itself. Basically, the DSP superfan, the one and only Furry, Time Liar G, he wants out of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, he wants out of the game. The heat was just a little bit too hot for this Furry, and he wants out. Apparently now he's trying to spin it like, oh, it was all a big joke. It was all a big joke to get a ha-ha, and all that shit. But we all know it wasn't. We all know it wasn't. If he actually got the reaction he was hoping to get, he'd be continuing to make these videos. But like with 99% of all of DSP's main supporters, they make one video, the heat gets turned on, and they cannot handle it, ladies and gentlemen. The Furry is out of the building. That's right. He wants nothing else to do with DSPGaming, according to him. He wants nothing else to do with DSPGaming. He just wanted to do a video. He just wanted to make a video. He just wanted to have some fun. He just want to have a good time. But yeah, I find it kind of funny when people come out guns a blasting, and it's like they're shooting blanks. They're shooting fucking blanks. But before I continue on, if you say to yourself, Jeff, you seem like you are a little bit annoyed about certain aspects in the react, you're right. I was fucking annoyed. I took the biggest issue I really took with this video I was doing a reaction to. It was how often this guy had to let everybody know that he's gay. He has a husband. He's married. He's a happily married gay dude. After a while, it literally became quite like a parody. Became quite like a parody. This guy literally kind of shifted into the whole DSPGaming. This is my wife Cat, she agrees with me. That's kind of like where this guy was actually kind of drifting off to. It's like every time he said something, he had to bring up that his husband basically kind of agreed with him. It was fucking sad, to be honest. It was fucking sad. That, and also by the end of the video, it's like he was using his husband not so much as, really using his husband as like a husband, being proud of being gay. Apparently, he was using his husband more like as a trophy. That's how I got it. That's how I felt. He was using his husband as a trophy to show everybody, my husband agrees with me. Like, it's like, really? Do you really need affirmation all the goddamn time? That, and also one other thing I took a major offense to is like this guy he has no fucking backbone. The guy has no backbone. We all know that he was trying really hard to glom a little bit of clout from DSPGaming. He even goes around about saying that kind of in this video. But basically, he basically has no backbone. The guy's a coward. He was hoping to get something when the heat got turned on. He roached out, as Asmongold likes to say. But yeah, so like, not only do I not like this guy because of the fact that he needs to constantly tell us that he's gay. It's like I said in the video. No one cares. As long as you're not fucking underage kids, no one gives a flying fuck what you do. That, and this guy just has no morals and no principles to stand on. It would be one thing if he actually stayed by DSP's side and, continued to fight the good fight. But no, he stood by DSP's side for what, like 3, 4, 5 days? The people started rebelling against him, and oh my god, he wants out. He wants fucking out. The guy is a coward. He's a chicken shit. Okay, but anyway, let's get to the video, shall we? Okay, let's do this. 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, this is me, TimeLiarG, and my channel is back to normal now. I just really wanted to do that small protest I was talking about where I really don't like how this platform is treating its users, and, you know, I mentioned this, I'm going to be...
Okay, so to those who do not know, basically, he went on this noble crusade, I guess you could say. He went on this noble crusade where he was defending DSPGaming. That's basically what it was. He tried to claim that it was all, you know, he was being sarcastic and everything, that it was satirical and all that. But we all know the truth. We all know the truth. The guy is a dent. He's a dent, and basically, once the heat started getting turned on to him, he cracked. Oh, no, it was all sarcastic. People just don't know. They couldn't tell I was joking. Sure, dude. Sure.
saying the same things I've said on the post I made 11 hours ago. So, you know, those videos I was uploading, you know, some of them were serious, right? Some of them were serious videos. I actually meant what I said in some of those. Obviously not the yellow paint one. You'd probably know the one I'm talking about. I just don't want to name anybody in this video here. You know, and I'm actually thankful the reaction YouTubers, when they made a video response on both of my videos, I'm thankful they actually put both videos in. So I'm actually very grateful for that. My friends, I mentioned this before, but my friends and my husband.
Okay, this is something that this jackass does all the time that I've seen in some of these videos of his. He feels the need to tell everybody that he has a husband. Why? Seriously, why do you feel the need to tell everybody that you have a husband? Granted, there are some people out there that will go, me and my wife, but it's a very small amount of people compared to the whole. Why do you need to feel the need to? Why do you feel compelled? Yeah, I think that's right. Why do you feel compelled to tell everybody, me and my husband? It's like I said in the previous video about this jackass that I covered. Nobody cares where you stick your dick. As long as it's not in a person that's underage, no one gives a shit about your sexual identity. No one does. The fact that you constantly have to say it's fucking creepy as hell.
They said that I was so convincing in that video that people actually took that to heart. People took that seriously, and that made me feel bad. You know, it kind of had that the feeling you get in your stomach,
because this guy actually believed what he says. He actually believes what he says. He actually supports DSP Gaming. It's just now that everybody's kind of pointing and looking and laughing and going, hey, look at that stupid fuck Furry over there. He's a DSP dit. All of a sudden now he doesn't want that popularity. But my God, he thought he was going hard. He was going hardcore, you know, like how all furries do. He was going hardcore, just waving the flag for DSP Gaming. He was waving the flag for DSP Gaming. And now that people are literally telling him you're a fucking idiot, you didn't do your research, which this guy never did. All of a sudden, oh, it was all just kind of like a joke. They couldn't tell, they couldn't believe that, you know, people were taking it so seriously, because he was going seriously. He was. If this fucktard actually did an iota of research, then he would have fucking known what DSP Gaming was all about. But no, he throws DSP Gaming some money, and then he tried the time classic meme of, I gave Phil money and they're picking on me now. You did this to yourself. Nobody else did this to you. You did this to yourself. You thought you could glom on some clout? Why would you go after fucking DSP number one? But this guy went after some clout. It came back to bite him in the ass, and now he's turning like, ha ha ha, all those stupid fucking idiots. It was all basically a joke. Ha 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 ha. Sure it was, dude. Sure it was.
It's like a pit in your stomach. It's like, oh wow, people actually, people are actually, you know, they. I think people, what the problem is that you can't tell when someone's joking or not anymore, right?
If he put a warning at the beginning of his video going like, this is satire or some shit like that, then people would be like, okay, he's just clowning around. He's just trying to have some fun. But no, he did not. He did not. He made a product that he thought was going to propel him into stardom, I guess. It's just like it was with that fucktard, the guy with the vapes, Jylies or Highlies or whatever his fucking name was. The one that, you know, the last DSP tourist. The last guy who thought he could try and hitch his wagons and revive his dying channel. What is it with these idiots thinking that they could actually revive their dying channels off of DSP? Hell, there's a lot bigger people that could help you revive your channel. Say shit about Asmongold. Say shit about Moist Critical. You'll get a lot more reaction that way.
And I think, you know, maybe I went too far with that one with the jokes. And, you know, I had fun with it, though. And you know, there was always going to be that second video there. That's why I uploaded them pretty close together. And I was going to wait a few days and then upload that, but I figured I should just upload it right away.
Seriously, guys, it was all a joke, bro. I was just playing a game, bro. I actually didn't mean it, bro. It was just, I was just having a joke, and they just couldn't tell I was being funny and that. Dude, really? Own it. Just fucking own it. People would have more respect for you, which would not be that much already. They would have a little bit more respect for you if you actually just went out there and said, you know what, I'm a DSP fan. You know, I gave him money. You guys are jealous. Fucking own it. But the fact is that you made those videos. And then guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess what? Are you ready for the joke here? You ready for the joke? I hope you are. According to his channel, he scrubbed every mention of DSP Gaming. He either deleted that outright or he privated the videos. But he used to have, like, what was it, 2 videos? He did the initial video, and then he did response video. Thankfully, I was actually able to download one of those videos when I came back a few days later. They were all gone. But here, let's do a quick look. So if you search, now I wasn't sure, maybe that he retitled it. So originally I thought maybe he retitled it. So I did DSP Gaming. Nope. Nothing there. Dark Side Phil. Nope, nothing there either. So not only is this guy a liar, not only is he a furry, he's a coward. The guy is a coward. He doesn't have the backbone to at least keep up the content. He could have done a fucking edit or something. Just say, hey, I was just joking. Nope. He got so off put by the attention he was seeking that he literally scrubbed the videos from his YouTube channel. Oh yeah, he was just joking. No, the guy was serious. He got the shit thrown at him, which is kind of weird because I thought furries like having shit thrown at them, and he backed out. He's like, hey guys, I'm here. Where's the stupid dance at? And then all of a sudden people start nailing on him and stuff. And he's like, whoa, I don't want any of this. And he backs out the door and closes it. You're a fucking coward. You're not going to make it as a reaction content creator, dude. Stay in whatever fucking lane it is you're in and don't try to deviate.
Anyway, since people are taking it seriously. The reason why I did that was I saw 2 of my own viewers respond to it, and they thought I was serious as well. So it's, you know, I had to actually say something. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this as well. But overall, it
makes me wonder how quickly this video is going to get scrubbed from his channel, because he starts talking, not in name, but he starts referencing duty streams.
Wanted to give a update on those videos. Yeah, I had this idea for a long time. I just didn't know how to do it. At first, I was going to start mixing stuff, and I did this before, actually, now I think about it. I was just going to start adding some of that stuff, the political stuff, in the Dark Souls 2 videos, even though I said, I say all the time, and I do mean that. I'm not into politics whatsoever. Again, I was just doing that to try to get back at this platform for the kind of stuff they do with the YouTube algorithm that they created, the AI stuff that they're trying.
It basically sounds like this guy tries to pick fights. He tries to show off people, like just try to put them into place. And it always seems to backfire. It always seems to backfire. This guy does not have the courage to make videos on this platform. At least fucking own it. Have some pride in what you do.
To push on everyone. It's so, it's demoralization is what it is. That is just pure, or I should say impure demoralization, just the kind of stuff they're pushing. And by the way, the people that took some of those videos seriously, like the jokes in them I was saying, the over exaggerations I was saying, and the like I said, the yellow paint video, so to say, you can't blame people for taking that stuff seriously. There was this one audience from another reaction YouTuber. By the way, I'm saying another one. I'm obviously not a reaction YouTuber.
Yeah, no shit. You fucking suck at it.
And I did enjoy most of those videos. Most of them, anyway. There was someone that, I left a comment on his video, and it's where most of the viewers are actually coming from.
This is where he's going to start talking about Duty streams. Like I said, he doesn't name Duty outright, but we all know it's Duty. And the fact is that I think this is why he scrubbed those videos, because like I said, people started coming over. You start, number one, you start poking the hornet's nest. You start poking the hornet's nest. You start antagonizing the detractors. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? I was about to say, but what the fuck do you think was going to happen once you start, stupid detractors, you're fucking losers, you're all jealous of DSP Gaming for masturbating and everything. What the fuck do you think was going to happen? This is something that happens with every goddamn dent that goes into the DSP orbit. They get that backbone up. They get the backbone. They make a video or two or three or however many. And then once people start, looking and go, hey, look at this dumb fuck over here. He supports DSP Gaming. Oh God, I don't want any of that. And they leave. They fucking break. They break. Like I said, I would have a little bit of respect, which would be none, if he kept those videos up and, basically put down like a caption or did an edit or something that basically said, hey, this was all for fun. I was just joking. But he literally scrubbed those videos. They're no longer there.
They're coming from this guy's channel. And,
I just don't want the attention now. I was hoping to get a lot of clout, but I don't want the fallout.
I'm fine with the video itself, right?
You're so fine with the video. Oh, I think he may be talking about Duty streams. Okay, I'll let that go because I thought he was referring to his video. So, my bad.
But the second one he uploaded has an atrocious title on it that's lawsuit worthy.
Oh God, he's gonna go to the DSP route. I'm gonna sue lawsuits. Oh. What? Let me guess. Would you do a lawsuit if you had enough money? Or are you going to go the route of DSP and go, well, I would do a lawsuit, dude, but YouTube is too big and they won't listen to somebody small like me, brother?
I would definitely recommend changing that title because someone like the person that your channel revolves around, I saw that he has 4,000
DSP Gaming. He's referring to DSP Gaming now.
4,900 videos specifically on that one person, and he's calling me weird in the video.
Dude, you're a furry. What the fuck do you think people are going to think? They're not going to look at a furry and go, oh my God, that guy must be a pillar of the community. You're a furry. Like I said, this guy wants to do stuff, but he does not want the fallout. This guy will not last that long on this platform. Let's see here. When was his channel created? His channel was created 2014, so he's been about here 12 years. and he scrubs his videos. So I'm pretty sure that him scrubbing the videos also impacts his analytics and everything, his discoverability. So I would not be shocked if he doesn't last that much longer. He tries dipping his toes and stuff, and when he realizes, oh god, the water's too cold or it's too hot, he roach to take a phrase from Asmongold, he roaches out. He roaches out. He fucking roaches out.
Like, I'm gonna make an exaggeration and say 20 different times, but I think it's said around like 5 to 7 times. I don't think you can call someone else weird when you have 4,900 videos.
What about the fact that he was literally saying that people were jealous that DSP was wanking it on stream? That's not fucking weird at all. No, this sounds like you projecting, dumb fuck.
Dedicated to another person. I think that you might just have an obsession. I'm not judging you. I'm not criticizing you. But you know, I wanted to point that out. Oh, his entire PNG tuber setup is all about that person as well. I think that was a picture of the person's wife he also had in the VTuber setup, like a fictional virtual, you know, photograph. It's strange. Again, that's just allegedly, supposedly. I think that was actually the...
You want to know what else is strange? Strange are people who think that what Phil does, the way he treats people, is totally acceptable. That's fucking strange. You want to know what else is strange? People who say that other people are probably jealous that somebody jerked it on stream. Yeah, that's fucking strange also, dude. You want to know what else people think is strange? People who defend people who lie to their parents and take their money. That's fucking strange.
Person's wife, the person he's talking about and trying to imitate. It's strange. You know, I have nothing against the guy. He deleted a comment that I wrote on his reaction video, though. I said, "You're welcome to," because he was scared that I was going to copyright strike the video. Because he said, what did he say in the video? I don't want to misquote him, but he said, "Just in case, you know, Time Liar G gets upset and tries to copyright strike me." And I said, "Don't worry, I'm not. You know, I'm fine with people, you know, using my videos in a fair use, transformative work."
He acts like he is doing some good deed by saying, you know, I'm okay with it if they're doing it in fair use and all that. You don't have a fucking choice. You don't have a fucking choice. Nobody has to literally go to you and go, "Hey, I'm going to do a react video of you. Is that okay?" As long as it doesn't do anything that breaks the laws. This fucktard has nothing to do. He can't say anything about it. If he wanted to make a video about me right now, he could. He could. As long as it doesn't break the laws. The fact that he's like, it's okay with me. It doesn't fucking matter if it's okay with you or not. It doesn't fucking matter. You act like you're the gatekeeper for react videos, or you're not. Anybody can do a fucking react video. As long as it's not defamation and it's not against the law, what they're saying, you don't have a fucking say in it, dude.
Right. I'm completely fine with that.
Oh, thank God he's completely fine with that. Oh, thank God. Thank God he's fine with it.
I am thankful that his second video, despite the title, you know, despite the title of it saying that I defended someone that did something to children, which is, that's atrocious.
Yeah, see, this is what brought me to his channel. That's why I wanted to download more of his videos that revolved around DSP Gaming. But that's when I found out the motherfucker scrubbed them. He scrubbed them. Nice coward move, dude. Nothing says I stand by what I say like scrubbing your content.
You're just blatantly lying about that person. You're not accusing them. You didn't say allegedly. And you complain that I said allegedly in your own video. And you're like, why is this guy saying allegedly so much? It's like, that's why, because I don't want to get a lawsuit on me, you know? But I wanted to mention his viewers. You know, I saw that it's like a half.
Oh, I do want to say, congratulations. Congratulations to Duty Stream. You have reached the level of thou who shall not be named. Congratulations, Duty Stream. The furry doesn't want to talk about you anymore. He doesn't want any more fucking backlash. He doesn't want any more backlash. He realized that DSP Gaming is a sunk ship that he will get no treasure from. It is now to the point he's literally back into the leave me alone mode of content creating. Congratulations, Duty Streams.
Half situation, and I understand why. Half of his viewers seem pretty cool. You know, a lot of his viewers are actually really cool. They're like, this guy, Timelier G, is clearly just rage baiting with this video. You know, they called me out on that properly. You know, because that's what it is. The video is just as a joke. It's not really rage bait. It was mostly just to try to get other people to laugh. And
how is it getting people to laugh when you're literally telling them that they're jealous that a guy fondled himself on stream? How is that a fucking joke? How is that a laugh? Oh, that's right, it isn't. You're a shit content creator. You're a liar. You're a coward. Fucking stand by something.
Have a fun discussion. Get a little bit, you know, invested in a discussion about this person in a civil and polite manner. Yeah, the people that came to my channel, I love some of those. Love is a strong word, obviously. I'll just say like. I like some of those people that their comments that they made. I like those comments that they've made on my videos. Me and my husband, my friends.
Like I said, nobody gives a flying fuck about your marital status. He does the same shit that DSP does. He really does. Me and my wife, I'm happily married, dude. I'm a happy man. I'm a happy male, or whatever the fuck that Phil says. No one gives a shit. Apparently you feel the need to constantly tell everybody every 5 minutes that you're a happily married gay dude. Nobody fucking cares. You don't see everybody going around saying, I'm a happily married heterosexual dude. It's fucking strange. It sounds like you use your husband as a prop. Hey guys, look at me, I'm married. Here's my husband. See? You use your husband as a prop, it feels.
You know, if you're a viewer that has shown up from that other person's channel from his reaction video,
have the fucking balls and just say Duty Streams. Just have some fucking courage. You fucking chicken shit.
Videos on me. You know, I just want to say those comments were great to read through. We had such a blast reading through those. Now the other half though is, you know, and I understand, like I said, I understand why they do this. They took the video seriously.
Because you made it seriously. Don't fucking try and walk it back now. You know what you did. We know what you did. If this went the whole other way, which this idiot most likely thought that it would, and let's say everybody was, you know, glazing him, saying, "Oh, you're right," that those guys are jealous of DSP masturbating on stream. They wish they could have watched it. They're so jealous that DSP got away with it on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, that basically that they wish they could do it. If it went the other way, that way, he would have kept those videos up and go, see, those fucking stupid ass detractors, they're all jealous. But no. It went the whole other way. Instead of getting the fame he thought he was going to get, he realized, oh shit, popular opinions against me. Delete, or private. Have some fucking respect for yourself. If you like DSP Gaming, fine, you like him, but at least have some fucking courage to stand by what you say.
Mostly just to try to, it's kind of hard to explain, right? I've seen users online that have this thing that they do on certain websites where if you're in a certain hobby that they don't like, they see that this person, you know, is a furry, and you know, you can ridicule, you can criticize me as much as you want, you can you know, if you're in my server, you can, basically say what you want about me. I don't care about any of that stuff. Like I said, there's just a difference in between someone, saying that and accusing me of illegal stuff, which is,
It's because there have been people in the group that you like to hang out with, other furries. There have been people who have a history of doing horrendous shit to little kids. You can't go into a group that has a checkered history like that and expect there to be no blowback. You just can't. The fact that you're a furry doesn't, and that, you may be a good guy. I don't know if he is or isn't. This guy may be a good guy, but the fact is that he is part of a group where members have done things before. You're always going to get a little bit of that bleed off, that criticism, because of what you like to hang out with.
You typically don't want to do that. Even if you're behind some kind of anonymous username, I don't condone that, obviously. It's a lot of his viewers were saying, they're believing what the uploader is saying in the title. They just probably read the title. They probably don't even watch his video. They probably don't even watch my video. And they believe what they see because of their prejudice towards that hobby, that group of people, whether
that prejudice is kind of rightfully so, though. I'm not saying every furry's a fucking freak. But I look at the fact that there have been people that have done shit to little kids. They say don't judge the whole by what a few do. Yeah, you don't judge the whole by what a few do, but you also got to remember, like, that there are people who have done things there. This guy tries to act like he's all innocent. He may be. But just because you're in a group, therefore you may have some blowback.
Be a religion, race, spirituality. They take everything. They judge a book by its cover, and I mentioned this quite a bit as well. It seems like everybody just assumes the worst out of someone, and it's not their fault. It is absolutely not their fault. When they look at me and they're like, well, it's because of there's a lack of gatekeeping in a lot of hobbies, right? Like, if you look at furries from, let's say, I don't know, just 2004 or so to, nowadays, if you compare furries from 2004 to now, you can see that a bunch of new people showed up, which is fine, right? I'm not complaining about new people showing up to a hobby. I think that the torch should be passed to the next people, right? And it's just how do I put this? There's a certain there are certain bad actors that try to go into these hobbies. It's the same thing with the quote unquote LGBT. That's a word, that's a phrase I don't agree with.
This guy, he acknowledges that there are bad actors sometimes. Therefore, he should also realize that that is going to cloud people's perception of something. In this case, furries. If you don't want to, you don't want to be under that cloud, don't be a furry. It's fucking that simple. You can't participate in something where people have done some horrendous things to little kids and expect there to be no sort of, ridicule. It just doesn't fucking work that way.
Me and my husband, we don't consider ourselves part of the quote-unquote LGBT because, you have natural, normal homosexuals, and then you have, a different kind of group that's trying to latch on and try to give them a bad name. And that's for everything. That goes for absolutely everything. You have a hobby, and then you have tourists to that hobby that don't...
That's what this guy is. He's either a dent or he's a tourist. This guy is not an outsider.
Respect the culture of it. They don't know the history of it. And that's basically why everybody judges certain groups of people, certain hobbies, certain interests so much. It's just because they're misled, but again, it's not their fault at all. It's absolutely not their fault. It's due to the bad actors in a certain group of people you never saw news stories about furries like you do now back in the day. Edit here. I'm interrupting myself since I started talking about this topic for way too long. I just want to add some final notes to it before I move on to the next thing. Yeah, the people that came from that person's YouTube channel.
Duty streams. He's talking about duty streams. I'll fucking say it because he lacks the fucking backbone. Duty streams. Duty streams. Duty streams.
Over to my YouTube channel. A lot of them are pretty cool.
You're all pretty cool, guys. You're all pretty cool. Just don't bother me anymore, guys. Okay, sound good? I'll take off the content. Just leave me alone, guys. Please, I'm a good guy. Please, please, please. Don't pay any attention to the fact that I say that you're all jealous of DSP Gaming, and don't pay any attention to the fact that I believe that DSP was rightful to take advantage of his parents. Please don't say anything like that. Please don't. Yeah, I'm a good guy, guys. Please leave me alone.
I've responded to some of them, and those, if you're curious, the replies that I've made also on the quote-unquote yellow paint video, you know, I was just joking around. You know,
it was all a joke, bro. Seriously, it was all a joke. Can a guy just have some fun?
I was commenting on someone's avatar, and if you're watching this, if you come back and you watch this as well. I think you commented on both the first video and the second video about that guy. But yeah, no, I was.
And he's referring to DSP Gaming, if I understand correctly. By the way, those videos, gone. They're gone. Gone. Remember, this was all a joke. This was all a joke. It was such a joke that he had to take the videos offline.
Joking around with you. Don't take anything on that video specifically too seriously. Any other video, yeah. It's like I said, it's kind of hard. People can't tell when other people are joking nowadays and not. So that's kind of why I don't even make jokes anymore on my streams as well. Because, you know, I remember there's this one VR chat clip. Speaking of furries,
oh God,
you know, there was this one fellow furry on VR chat, and they made some kind of joke about people were just accusing furries of, you know, all sorts of stuff, and he's like, yeah, we do all that as a joke, and people clipped that. They're like, look, he had just admitted it. See, that's the kind of prejudice I'm talking about. Like, these people intentionally, you know, just they pretend like they don't know it's a joke just so they can demonize other people, and I don't condone that. I don't agree with that, obviously. That's just what they do. That's what some people do sometimes, you know. Aside from that, yeah, no, the other videos about the internet celebrities, I absolutely don't like that word, or the phrase rather, not the, you know, it's two words, but you know, just the kind of, you know, phrasing of that, like content creator. I mentioned this like a bunch of times already. Those, you know, those kind of phrases.
Wait, does he say he doesn't like the phrase content creator? Well, what the fuck are we supposed to be referred to as? We make content, we're content creators. You make content, you're what the fuck do you consider yourself to be then?
I don't like those. I don't like calling it content creator. But anyway, those videos, I may or may not delete those. I think I might after a few days. So if you want to archive those and save them, feel free to do so. I also give you permission if you want to re-upload them as well. So,
why not just have the courage to leave it on your channel? Hell, if you really want to go a specific route, leave it on your channel and just be honest and say, you know what, guys, I was a dumb fuck. I didn't do research into DSP Gaming. I apologize. I apologize. I only watched 1 or 2 documentary videos. I was misinformed. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave this here as a testament for me to be better. But no, he deletes them. He fucking deletes them. It'd be one thing, like, say, if the video had, like, a major, like, it was, like, glitched or something, and you wanted to take it down to fix the overall product and then put it back up. But no, he deleted it. Why not just fucking own it and be a better man? He's a coward. He's a fucking coward. And from this point forward, this is my promise. From this point forward, if this jackass ever makes another video about DSP Gaming or the detractors, I'm going to call him out on it. But knowing this guy's reputation now that he has, at least in my eyes, he may make a video, he may feel tough about it for a few days, and then when people start talking about it, oh shit, and he roaches out again. Roaches out. Gone. Deleted. Gone forever. I don't think he's going to make any more videos about DSP Gaming Under the Checkers. I honestly don't. But this is my warning. If you do, I'll be doing a react video to it.
Specifically just the, internet celebrity ones. I mean, you can re-upload other ones. Just make sure to give credit. Just make sure to give credit on the videos. I'd appreciate that. Just aside from that, that's pretty much. Oh yeah, about me feeling bad about uploading those. It's just I can't stand talking about politics. I know I bring this up all the time. It's just something I am not interested in whatsoever. So again, that's why I don't really like those being on the channel, because it doesn't fit the rest of the channel.
If you know what your channel is designed for, then why do you even go out of your lane? Oh, that's right. You went out of the lane because you thought that by saying those 3 magic letters, DSP, you thought that you could get people to join on your side and give your channel a boost. Have some courage, have some dignity. Just say, yeah, that's what I wanted to suck off the tit of DSP Gaming and get some fucking free views. Just be honest. Fucking be honest.
Talking about video game mysteries, myths, urban legends, secrets, just cozy stuff from back in the 2000s, 90s. That's what I want to focus on. And I also brought up the fact I want to start making a few spiritual videos as well. That's probably going to be on a different channel. I'm probably going to make another channel, or I'll just change up another channel that I have, just to make it into one where I'm just doing not really sermons, because it's not like some kind of religious sermon, but just like spiritual discussions and everything, and just all wholesome. Nothing.
Isn't that basically what a sermon is? I may be wrong. I'm not a religious person at all, but it sounds like you're wanting to do a sermon.
Nothing bad or anything. Just nice spiritual talks, because I do like talking about the visions I have. I mentioned this is something else I wanted to talk about as well, and I also mentioned this in my community post, but it's the ad revenue and the channel membership revenue that I've been receiving, and I just wanted to talk about what I've been spending that money on. So I guess going in order would be kind of difficult, so I'll probably just read off my post here. The first thing I want to bring up is stuff that directly affects streaming, video creation, video making, whatever you want to call it.
Content creation? Just fucking say content creation. It's not a dirty word. It's not, there's no stigma to the word content creation. Or words. There's no stigma to it. Why the fuck do you feel so off-put by a term that describes literally what you are doing in this video? You are creating content. I am creating content. DSP Gaming is creating content. Duty Streams is creating content. Why do you feel like the word content creation is such a negative word?
So my husband actually found a PC for me last year, and it wasn't too expensive. It was a couple hundred. I actually don't even remember the exact price. I think it was around $320 or so, and you wouldn't think that a pre-built PC for $320 would be, that good. I thankfully purchased it before the prices started to skyrocket. Thankfully my husband found a very good PC for me, and before that I was using laptops and a streaming PC to stream with, and just having 2 PCs running at the same time, it's kind of, I don't like having 2 PCs running at the same time. So I have just one PC now, and it can stream, it can play games at the same time without having any kind of lag issues, and it is fantastic. My husband definitely chose a very good computer for me there. So that's what we spent some of the money on. Some of the money is going to...
I'm going to go back to what I originally said. It literally feels like he uses his husband as a prop. Hey guys, look what my husband did. It's like he's displaying a trophy. Literally, it's like he's displaying, his husband as a trophy, and he's constantly having to say my husband as a way to score brownie points with the LGBTQ community. That's literally what this fucking feels like.
Towards my blog website, because that also takes money to keep up and running. Something else. Oh yeah, the charities and the fundraisers. Sometimes, not often. It's not often, but by the way, these fundraisers and charities I have on the sides of some of my videos. I did not start those charities. I did not create them, and I am not associated with them. Same with the fundraisers. I'm simply adding them onto the side of my videos, and sometimes I donate to those, sometimes I don't. I just wanted to bring that up. So, you know, we really like donating to certain causes. Just make sure, you always have to make sure that the charity is legitimate. Look up if there's ever any kind of controversies with the charities, with the fundraisers. That's you always have to do that.
I find that to be pretty hilarious. I do agree, you know, to look up, you know, research a charity you want to donate to. But I find it kind of hilarious that this guy really did not do any research about DSP gaming. A guy who talks about how it's safe to do research. He did not do research himself regarding DSP gaming. And no, I don't consider one or two videos and going to Kiwi Farms or Reddit or whatever the fuck he said it was. I don't consider that thorough research.
You know, even if I say that I looked into it personally, you should do your own research on it as well. Now, lastly, this is what I have in the post here. I was kind of reading an order off the post, the community post I made. So, let me see this here. Oh yeah, the antiques I've been collecting. So, you know, over the past, well, can't even really keep track of the years at this point, but I've been collecting and preserving, this, what should I call it? Just antiques, just spiritual, religious antiques that I feel personally connected with, or that I feel like I can relate to in some way, some esoteric way, you know. So I collect and preserve a whole lot of, you know, old antiques. I think I've actually shown off some of the antiques before. I might have taken a few pictures of some of them next to the Kamidana on my shelf. I might have shown some. Did I even show? No, I definitely did take a few pictures of the Kamidana. I think I did. But that's also where a good portion of the ad revenue and the channel membership money is going as well, is into that. But don't worry, because a good portion is also going into the streams, the videos I make. And I just really had to say how appreciative me and my husband are, how grateful we are to all the viewers on here. If you're new, if you're returning, it doesn't matter. But just by watching the videos as well, you know, that's enough. You don't even have to be a channel member, really. Like, you can just watch the videos.
Once again, he's telling people stuff that they already know. You go to YouTube, you do not sign a contract that literally states that if you go to GCurseProductions channel, you are hereby required to give him money. This guy talks in a way that's like, it sounds like he's giving you permission to do stuff. No shit, Kicker, you are not giving them permission. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If you want, you can put your content onto a pay service, like say, oh God, I don't want to say OnlyFans, but that's the only one that's actually coming to my mind right now. There are websites out there where you can literally put your stuff behind a paywall. This is YouTube. People don't need your permission to watch your videos and not give you anything. You're trying to act like you're some sort of nice, you know, deity, possibly, or whatever the right term would be. See, I'm giving you, you know, you can watch the videos. You don't have to give. They know that. They know that. They don't need to give you jack shit. That's the thing about YouTube. It's a free service for people.
And that is enough for us. Like I said, I can't even describe how grateful we are to have this YouTube channel here, where even if my videos don't get a whole lot of views on them, like I said, those videos I was uploading, that was an attempt to try to, you know, get our channel, you know, into the search results, so to say.
So what did he do? And this is basically what I said. He was trying to glom on to DSP Gaming and duty streams and all that. What did he do, though? He deleted those videos. He literally scrubbed those videos, which is going to fuck him over in the discovery, because it's going to literally take away all those views that those videos had. How the hell is that this guy has been here since 2014 and he doesn't know how this goddamn system works?
And after I was done making those, this is what I posted on my post here. You know what my plan was I was just going to delete those videos after a while, right?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. I will call him a liar right now. No, he was not. No, he was not. Because the fact is, by deleting videos, you could ask DSPGaming himself, because apparently this guy loves to watch DSPGaming jerk it or something. DSPGaming learned the hard way. You either hide or you delete your videos, a lot of videos, and it's going to fuck you over. This guy literally fucked himself over for what? To get some clout? Congratulations, dude. You fucked yourself over.
The internet celebrity ones, the internet personality ones, because that's not what I'm about. I don't like talking about, you know, e-celebs, like I said.
This is literally DSPGaming. You know, I'm not a drama farmer. I'm not into, hold on. There. I'm not into drama content. I'm not a misery merchant. When the times are good, oh my god, he was fucking up there. Goddamn, I'm a misery merchant. I'm a drama farmer. But when people start turning against him, I'm not like that at all. I'm a good guy. I'm not. You can't have it both ways, dude.
A few comments for him, say, hey, how you doing? You know, but don't actually try to interfere with someone's work, you know, because I do not condone that. But what my plan was after I uploaded these videos, I expected them to get a pretty good amount of views on them to get my name out there a little bit. And we're not talking about, you know, anything too...
Oh, trust me, dude. Your name's out there now, and it's not in the way you were hoping. It's not in the way you were hoping. You are now going to be met with laughter and ridicule, basically. Here lies Time Liar G. He had the balls to attack the detractors, but ultimately he didn't lack the spine to carry it through.
Too popular here, right? I'm just, in a way, I don't want to be popular.
Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, be honest with yourself. Everybody who goes to goddamn YouTube wants that discoverability. They want to be popular. They want to be like, this is DSPGaming right here. This is DSPGaming right here in a nutshell, or in a shell, how do you pronounce it? On one hand, you have Phil literally say, I like having a small group. It makes it more friendly and more atmospheric, and people can talk to me a lot more easier. But then you wait 2 or 3 hours later, and Phil's like, you know what? It wasn't for those fucking evil detractors, dude. I would have been able to have millions of views. I would have been the top guy. Oh yeah, you're clearly not in this for popularity. Fuck off. Fuck off! Be honest with yourself, you piece of shit! I hate DSPGaming. Don't get me wrong, I fucking hate DSPGaming. But this guy, I think I hate even more, because at least DSPGaming, yeah, he's a liar, but I think Phil actually believes what he says. This guy, he just fucking lies, and he fucking lies, and he contradicts himself, and he has no fucking goddamn moral compass. This guy, I think this guy's even worse than DSPGaming, if that's even possible. Whereas DSPGaming, he's like a slightly less fucked over version of Chris Chan. This guy, he acknowledges what he is. Some could say that DSPGaming, you know, that he could be on the spectrum. He just doesn't realize how bad of a person he is. This guy, he actively, you know, I'm going to make this content, but then I'm going to delete it. I'm going to make this content to try and get a little bit of popularity, get my name out there, but then I'm going to delete. This guy, he is fucking, I think he's worse than DSPGaming.
You know, in some kind of a way, I just want a modest, you know, a modest following.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Get out of here. Get out of here. When you... Stop. Stop. Just fucking stop.
Where we can all just, hang out together, have fun together, play games together, do whatever. And, once I had enough viewers, enough, traction on the channel, like I said, I was going to delete these videos.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. The whole end game that this guy has is that he was going to make videos where he was going to tax, like, let's say, detractors, and he's hoping that it was going to give him traction. And let's say it gave him the traction he wanted. And then he deletes the videos. If the people came to your channel specifically for DSP content, if you stop making those videos, do you think that they're actually going to stay there and watch your other videos? No, they're not. They came there because they want to see DSP content. You've been doing this for over 12 fucking years. How the hell is it that you don't realize this? If DSP content is what brought you to the party, how the fuck is it that you think that you can just delete all that content, which wasn't that much, admittingly? How the fuck is it that you think you could delete the content and people are still going to want to stay there? No, they came there because they were wanting to find a specific thing that they wanted to hear. You can't expect people who may be interested in DSP gaming, for example. Let's just say that people want, they want to hear your thoughts about DSP gaming, and let's say the way that he spends his money. Nothing video game related at all. Let's just say that they wanted to hear your thoughts about, how he spends his finances. You talked about that. Oh, goddamn. Anyway, you talked about that, and then you stop talking about that. Do you think people are actually going to want to stay there and watch you play video games if that's not why they came to your channel originally?
And just start making video game urban legends, myths, oddities, rumors again. Weird stuff in video games, some iceberg videos, perhaps. Some more iceberg videos, perhaps, I should say, because I've already uploaded a few of those. And, of course, more Dark Souls videos. It's just, the strange thing is, right, we get a pretty decent amount of views on the channel here. We get a pretty decent amount of views. The Dark Souls videos get, let me see, see, some of them, it's from like around 500 views to the insane amount of like 30,000 views. And yeah, for some reason.
Wait, I thought you didn't care about, the size of your audience. The size of your audience actually dictates also the amount of views that your videos get. If you don't care that you have a small audience, then you shouldn't care that you really have a small amount of views. Stop being a hypocrite. You're being a hypocrite, dude. Just fucking be honest with yourself and say, I want it all. I want it all. That's why people are here on YouTube that makes content. They want it all. Do you see, let's say, let's name somebody popular on YouTube. Emaru, for example. Do you think she goes on YouTube and thinks that she's only going to make a video and she only wants to impress 100 or 200 people at the most? No, she wants it all. She wants it all. That's why she's as popular as she is, because she has gone with the mentality that she wants it all. This whole, I like having a small audience. You say you like having a small audience, but then you brag about your views and everything. Fuck off. Fuck off.
For some reason, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if some of those views are illegitimate because, we're getting a lot of subscribers, right? We're getting a pretty good amount of subscribers.
I don't like having a big amount of viewers. I like having a small group. And now you're talking about, it's like DSP Gaming saying, "Oh, I don't like, or I don't pay any attention to the FGC." But then he goes on hour-long rants about how the FGC screwed him over, how they're ruining video gaming, fighting games and everything. Stop it. Fucking stop it.
We're growing naturally, but the growth isn't there because this platform wants you, what it feels like, I should say, allegedly, is they kind of want you to just talk about what I was talking about in those videos. You know, internet celebrities, drama, which nobody wants to see. Okay, well, some people want to see drama, you know. Some people want to see drama. Some people, you know, just feel the need to live just their lives focusing on that drama stuff.
Hell, I talk about drama all the time. Mainly, it's regarding lol cows like DSP Gaming, but I also sprinkle in other content. It's okay to do drama content. This guy acts like drama content is bad. Phil acts like drama content is bad, except when he does it. It's okay if you want to do drama content. You can also do other content. Yeah, your channel may not grow as fast as you hope it would, but if you kind of broaden your horizons, but you're still going to grow. When you dive into something, and then all of a sudden you get the attention that you seek, and then you pull out and you delete everything, it really shows that you're not a supporter of what it is you're talking about. You are a weekend warrior, basically. You will talk about something as long as you think you could benefit from it, and then as soon as the fucking heat gets turned on, you run away like a pussy.
Hey, if you want to do that, you know, like I said, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you're fine. But that's not my cup of tea. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about, really. Let me try to think of something else here. So yeah, that was my idea, and honestly, it's probably not going to work. The yellow paint video has it's at 2,400 views right now, and I expected more. So, like I said,
dude, oh my god, I thought you were a small time creator, that you didn't want large audiences and everything. Large views comes with large audiences. But you're talking about how it's like this guy wants the inverse. He wants a small group of people, but he wants big amounts of views. It doesn't fucking work like that. It just doesn't. How the fuck is it that this guy's been doing this since 2014 and he doesn't realize it? Hell, I'm pretty sure a fucking elementary kindergartner who could get on YouTube, they probably can't because of age restrictions and all that, but I'm pretty sure a kindergartner could understand the technicalities of YouTube a lot better than this guy does.
You know, I'll just consider this plan. You know, it didn't work out. You know, nobody's watching.
Dude, what? I thought the whole plan was to get views. You got views. You're Mr. Views. You're Mr. Views, and now it didn't work out. Oh my god. Just be honest with yourself. Just say that you were hoping that you were going to get a whole new legion of viewers off of DSP Gaming. It didn't turn out the way you hoped. You thought that they were going to glaze you. They were going to glaze you. You were hoping that they were going to glaze you. But the fact is, if you were a common detractor, like me, like Duty Streams, like All Might Heaven, like those guys, if you were like us, you would have probably had a lot more traction a lot quicker. But the fact is, you openly went out there supporting DSP Gaming. You want to know what is a career suicide in the realm of DSP Gaming? Being a dent. That is career suicide. How you thought that you were going to be a proud flag-waving member of the supporters of DSP Gaming, and that you were just going to reach the Holy Land, basically. How you thought that this was going to happen is beyond me. There has never been a supporter of DSP Gaming who made it their career and actually fucking profited from it. You end up like Derek. You end up like Pimpin' Pat. You end up like that fucktard with all the vapes in the background, and now you end up like Time Liar G. Here lies Time Liar G. He thought he could be a DSP Gaming supporter, and he realized that it was basically was the wrong way to go, and he pulled out.
The video I made on the other creators. In fact, they actually only have 53 views, 100 views. You know, it's whatever.
It's not instantaneous, dude. Hell, some of my DSP gaming videos, they are in the low teens and low 20s and low 30s. It's a slow burn. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy acts like if I make a video about DSP gaming, I put DSP gaming in the title, or Dark Side Phil, because it's Dark Side Phil that he was referring to. I put Dark Side Phil in the tags. I put Dark Side Phil in the hashtag. I'm going to get like 1.2 million views in 30 seconds. It doesn't fucking work like that. You have been on this platform for over 10 years. Over 10 years. How the fuck do you not realize that?
It's whatever.
It is what it is. It is what it is. That is the new Dent motto, ladies and gentlemen. It is what it is.
Now I did have other intentions with two of the first videos I made on internet personalities. I kind of wanted those two to respawn to those videos. And that also adds to the original idea of trying to get, my name out there a little bit on as a YouTuber, not anything else really. Just on YouTube specifically, right? And I don't think they took it. I don't think they I don't think they're going to respond to those, but hey, I tried, at least I can get a participation medal. But yeah, that was my idea. I was just so tired, like I said, of, YouTube's algorithm that they have set up. So yeah, I'll just stick to the Dark Souls videos again for now, the video game mysteries video.
For now. Let's hear the key phrase that he said, for now. When the views are not what he expects them to be. When the new subscribers that he got from DSP Gaming and from Duty Streams, when they leave, and they will, because he's no longer making content that they want. When they leave, he's going to go right back into drama. He's going to go right back to DSP Gaming. It's not a fucking assumption. It is goddamn proof. It is fact. You go where the subscribers lead you. If the subscribers are not coming to you for your Dark Souls videos, if they're not coming to you for your fucking iceberg videos, they're going to come to you for your DSP gaming videos. Fucking have some goddamn balls and admit what you are. You are a drama content creator.
Videos, just anything like that. I'll just go back to doing that as slow as.
I said it before in the previous video regarding this guy. I can't wait. I seriously hope. I pray for the day that Kino Casino gets a hold of this guy. I would love to hear what they have to say about this idiot.
As it is, as slow as the growth is, I'll just have to accept that. And our channel has actually been growing pretty well. We've gotten.
This is literally DSP Gaming in a nutshell. I said it before and I'll say it again. He wants a small audience, but he can't stop talking about how much views he gets and how popular he is. Jesus fucking Christ. Is there anything you're not a hypocrite about?
It's just, I put a lot of work and effort into some of those, and multiple people actually, two times people have commented this, saying that the more work and effort you put into your videos, it feels like the less views they get. And I know exactly what they mean by that. That is so accurate, because when I actually make a video I'm very passionate about, for example, let me go to the Dark Souls 2, the Mystery of the Majula Obelisk video. I put, a decent amount of work into that. But then again, I kind of did rush it a little bit. I rushed a little bit. So it got 1,400, and then you see a video that I actually really, really loved making. This was one of my most favorite videos that I've worked on so far, and it was the History of RuneScape's Champion Challenge. And it's an 8-minute video, but that actually took me a while to make. I had it sitting on my blog for a while, because if you don't know, the videos I'm actually really passionate about, I always make a blog post about them beforehand. Like, these videos are based off my blog post on my site. So, when I make videos based off that kind of stuff, I get it that it's an obscure topic, right? I get that video
If you get that it's an obscure topic, then you should also understand that not many people are going to care because it's obscure. I make videos about unsolved mysteries. I do a commentary, series. I know that it's not meant for everybody. Therefore, I understand that the numbers are not going to be what I would like them to be, but it's something you just have to deal with. I know that DSP content makes me the most views. It does. But I also like to do other things. Maybe it's because I don't consider this to be a job, that this is more a hobby because I already have a job. And that's why I don't feel rushed and I don't feel pressured to make DSP content the sole idea of this channel. I do a lot of things, and that's probably what also hurts my discoverability in the algorithm. But the fact is, I don't really care that much about it because I already have a job. This is not a job. This is what I like to call a hobby.
Your comments, by the way. Every single video, every single comment I get, I actually read. I just don't heart those for no reason. I actually do read every single comment. And my husband likes reading those as well. Some of my friends sometimes comment as well. And yeah.
Hey guys, my husband. This reminds me of the failed Xbox One debut launch video, whatever you want to call it, where literally instead of talking about the fucking games that the Xbox One could play and what the what the gaming power of that system was, they talked about TV, Xbox TV, Xbox TV, Xbox TV. My husband. That's literally what this fucking reminds me of.
What? That is not what I'm saying at all. It's the complete opposite. But I'm just looking through the channel here. I don't know how, I have no idea how the algorithm works now. It's currently Thursday, March 12th, 2026. And I genuinely have no idea. I don't even have theories about how it works, I don't even have theories for that.
Did you think about, doing research? I'm just saying, doing a little bit of research answers a lot of questions.
So, yeah, like I said, that's, well, actually, that is everything I wanted to talk about, I think. So, I appreciate all of you watching, and I'll be streaming, again, maybe in a day or so. I might even stream later, I don't know. But I might not, I don't know. Take care, everybody. May Kami-sama bless you, and I will see you all around. Jesus Christ bless you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that, like with all DSP dents or tourists, that once it does not go the way that they think it will, that basically they fold. They fold. They're cowards. How it is that this guy thought that literally sticking his flag on the side for DSPGaming, that it was going to get him the popularity that he clearly wants. He clearly wants. Even though he's saying that I'm not in it for popularity, I like having a small group of people. We all know the truth. We all know the fucking truth. We all know the truth because we all want it. It's okay to be honest with yourself. But yeah, so the best advice I can give this guy, get off the platform. Get off the platform. You've clearly shown that you are not willing to stand by your principles, by your morals. The only thing left that this guy can do is literally become the one thing he claims to not be, and that's a hypocrite. I'll make you a bet. I bet you. I fucking bet you. In a year, 2 years, 3 years, when his views dip even lower, and they will, because people now know this guy for what he really is, which is a liar, he's going to go back to DSP content. It's only a matter of time. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. Because that, in this video, as you heard, that's what gets him the most views. He got 2,000+ views off of DSP related content. He'll be back.